Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Blueprince Curse Mode. Webcam is stuttering hard. Okay, I am going to need to... So one of the things I've been doing is I've been spending a little bit of time in the last week. Looks correct now. Excellent. Okay. So we've tinkered with some settings there. I'm kind of doing it live, so it's not going to be totally optimized. I've been working over the last week with Dodo. Very kindly has been helping me do some settings optimizations, and so but this is the first time that we're actually trying to go live with a stream whilst using those different settings, and so yeah, it's going to be taking a little bit of getting used to. It looks like everything's healthy at the moment. It looks like I'm not dropping frames. So we'll try it. We'll tinker with it next week. But like I'm trying to kind of take the videos and just sort of like uplift the quality a little bit, because certainly in the Talos Principle episodes, the video quality just really has not been there, to be honest. Like, I'm really happy with the playthrough and I'm loving the game, but I feel like the hardware is letting me down a little bit in terms of actually producing a quality video. And when I was watching back Echoes of the Eye, hey, Nico Games Now has just subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much, Nico. That's very kind of you. Yes, Bezos bucks incoming. Thank you. Yes, and I was also watching back episode 2 of... Ad Nauseum just subscribed. That's so nice. Thank you very much. Also, another Prime subscription. Looks like we're getting a hype train pretty soon. That's great. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, as Dodo says, it's not really the hardware, it's mostly the settings. I was watching back episode 2 of Echoes of the Eye. Echoes of the Eye, episode 1. That's gonna be up on Tuesday. So we've got some new stuff coming in. Actually. This is really exciting. Don't worry, we'll get to the game in a minute. But this is really exciting. We've got Blueprince playthrough is starting again this Saturday. Episode 76 coming this Saturday. So I'm really excited about that one. We're getting into Act 4. It's going to be great. Echoes of the Eye is starting on Tuesday, and that's going to be amazing. And I'm a couple of episodes into the recording of that. I'm going to try and keep Echoes of the Eye. I want to try and keep my recording of it like a couple of weeks ahead of the publishing of it, to try and avoid accidental spoilers in the comment section. You guys are generally really well behaved, but I don't want to hit anything accidentally, right? And we've got the new Nancy Drew game, the final scene, just went live today. So we've got 3 new things coming in this week, which is really great. But yeah, the Talos Principle episodes, they haven't really been brilliant on the quality front, and Talos Principle 2 certainly is a much more lush game than we usually record, right? When I'm recording something like Nancy Drew, I can really get away with having like a slightly ropey recording, right? Because it's all still images. But with Talos Principle 2, my settings have really kind of like betrayed that actually what I'm recording is really low quality and I don't really understand what I'm doing. And then I was rewatching like episode 2 of Echoes of the Eye, and everything just kind of looks a little bit washed out and a little bit weak and stuff. And I was like, oh man, I've really got to figure out how to get this sorted out. So I sat down with Dodo the other day and we worked through some settings to try out. I'm going to be experimenting with some settings and so on. But today's the first time I've tried to do that live, so a little bit awkward on that one. This story is wild. I know. Did you ever tell me your story about Outer Wilds? No. You've never told me that. But yes, do tell me. You died playing Outer Wilds? I'm not kidding. Oh, hey, we also got Spiper and Sleepy Otter in the chat. Hey, guys. Oh no, you had a literal heart attack. That is a subreddit-worthy story. Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that though. Shoot. Send you some hearts. Hearts in the chat. I hope you are feeling all recovered now. Yeah, that's like no joke. The teeth in dark bramble came from behind. Well, I was saying the other day that, you know, Outer Wilds, really, it's a horror game, right? It's a horror game. It's not a cozy game. It's a horror game pretending to be a cozy game. Day 42 on curse mode. Yeah, it's a real who's who of different phobias, right? Yeah, that is really scary. Yeah, you went, ugh, and then you woke up with your friend beating you in the chest. You know? It's a really important thing here. One of the most important things you could ever learn as someone that wants to be able to help other people is basic first aid, right? Like, yeah, your friend might have saved your life there. Doesn't bear thinking about, really, does it? Well, I'm glad that you've made a good recovery. Would you say a full recovery? Would you say a full recovery? Let's take a hallway, given that we've got no keys. Right. Powered laundry room. Powered laundry room. So burning glass, more upgrade discs, pool, laundrette. Your right arm doesn't work so well anymore, but close enough. Okay. Given the options, you'd probably take that, yeah. But whoa. Let's take a corridor. Let's take a corridor. You learned first aid like 5 times. You'd still be scared to do it though. Yeah, it's one of those things you just kind of gotta jump in and do it. So it's something that I just never did for years and years and years. And then when I was about to become a father for the first time, I was encouraged to go and take a basic children's first aid course. Kind of, you know, choking, bleeding, head injuries, that kind of thing. And yeah, I would 100%. We forgot to grab the other microchip on our way out, because we've got the steps from Quest Bedroom. Might get Trading Post. Well, we've got 1 microchip. Okay, we didn't get Trading Post anyway. Get a gem. Nah, 2 special items is probably the better option there. But yeah, absolutely. You know, if you are gonna have dependents, or even if you're not gonna have dependents, yeah, go learn some first aid. Go learn some first aid. It's important stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, that's going to be this thing. Yep, cool, fine. So where do we start? Yes, let's see if we can get conservatoire. Okay, no conservatory here. Given that we've got the other exit, let's take closet to get the 2... Let's take closet to get 2 items. Okay, dice and gem. Okay, bing, bing. Will I go back and try and get true ending after I'm done with curse mode? Oh, well, you maybe missed the very, very start of the stream there. So yes, we are restarting Act 4, episode 76, is going up live on Saturday. So, yeah. As is usual, when I'm sort of doing a little bit of curse mode, a little bit of commissary. Nah, I think we'd probably take Nook. A little bit of curse mode, a little bit of infra. It's kind of pretty heavily dependent on just how hard a day I've had at work, to be honest. And oh man, yeah, my toddler is going through a bit of a sleepers for the week kind of mood at the moment. So something just a little bit more kind of relaxed. Do a little bit of relaxo curse mode, you know. Let's do parlor so we can get some steps from the banana. Nauseum back to work. Sorry to hear that, but I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in the comment section. See you on the Discord. Have a great evening. Haha, no, you just weren't listening because you were writing what problems the stream had. Bedroom's going to cost us a step, but gain us 2 steps, so it's pretty neutral. Probably better than chapel, to be honest. No items for us here, though. So, on my end, everything is looking... Oh, would we want to coat check any of that? Nah, I think we're going to want a parlor, aren't we? And let's see about doing a parlor puzzle. Yeah, but thank you so much for your help, Dodo, with the stream settings. I'm really hoping that it's going to just make the quality of the videos just a little bit better, you know? Like I think I've been riding the coattails of my personality a little bit too long, and actually I also need to improve the quality of what I'm making too. The black box is false. The black box is true. A false box contains the gems. Okay. If the black box is false, that is true and that is false. If the black box is false, then a true box contains the gems. That is true, that is false, so it means the gems have to be in the blue box. If the black box is false, so that's false, this would be true. The black box is true. In which case this is true, a false box contains the gems. Which would mean that it's blue again. So either way around, it's going to be blue. No need for thanks, but in the end, maybe we'll get better videos. I mean, that's the aim. That's the aim. The other thing I've gone and done, you might have noticed, after a couple of weeks of being reminded, is I have just turned down the contrast on the chat directly above me. It was white before. It used to be blue back in the day. It used to be like black text on like a blue background, because that's like channel colors and whatever. And then I turned it to white because the black on blue was kind of hard to read. But yeah, the white was kind of a little bit too high contrast. So I've made it a little bit more of an aesthetic grey. We're embracing the millennial grey. So hopefully that's a little bit easier on the eyes anyway. And it sort of matches the grey and the golds down here. But yeah, at some point I should really think about getting like an actual overlay to, well, I don't know. I mean, at the moment it's all just very minimalist, right? Very, very minimalist. But keycard system settings, offline mode's going to be unlocked. But yeah, maybe at some point I should actually think about getting like an actual overlay or two. There's a couple of people on here, members of the community in fact, that have like really cool overlays. I don't remember whose it is, but there's one person I've seen who's got an overlay that looks like an old Windows XP desktop. So it looks like you're playing a game on a Windows XP desktop in windowed mode, and I think that looks so cool, and that would really fit like the aesthetic of like retro games and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something to. It's like it's sort of on the to-do list, but on the other hand, I also kind of like the minimalist aesthetic a little bit as well. Remote terminal access. Let's see if we can run an experiment to help us out. Something to set our steps to 40 would be great. Okay, set up, continue with experiment. What do we have? Gain a key gem or dice, add a small chest, or spread dirt on the driveway. Probably, I guess, the key gem or die. I don't think backtracking to the entrance hall is really going to do it, but it means that we get... It's going to be pretty marginal. Trunk, apple, or do we just say immediately and we'll just get something? Let's say locked trunk. Let's say locked trunk. It's not a great experiment, to be honest. It's not our best. It'd be really great still to find boiler room at some point and see if we can get... Kima Sucker's just resubscribed as well. Thank you so much. Another Prime subscription coming in. Thank you so much, Kima Suck. Happy March. Happy March to you. Do we take... Let's take kitchen and eat something. Right? Club sandwich for 15 might be the best option there. And then a single banana for 2. 24 steps. Steps-wise, we're rich as Croesus. March is birthday month in my family. That's nice. That's nice. Okie dokie. Locked door. We're going to need to sort ourselves out. Some door. If you have exactly 2 hallways, double your keys, but don't have any keys to double. It's going to need to be drawing room, right? Because otherwise we sort of put ourselves into a dead end. Yours is not till the 14th. Yeah, mine's in April. Mine's in April, so it's coming up soon. I need to have a think about sorting something out for it, to be honest. Right, okay, let's draw a dead-end room. I'm not going to use my last key on that room, given that it's guaranteeably going to be a dead end. That seems like a terrible plan. West Wing Hall also steals our key, though. Patio will have a gem in it. Does patio often come with an item? I don't think it does. Nah, let's redraw. Let's... Boudoir gives us a gem. It's the only one that's not a dead end, so we kind of have to take that. In the end, though, which creator has earned the best quality possible, if not TDF? And like I said, it's also profit for us, me. Could instead just complain that the videos look crap. But if I try and help, I will. Yeah, well, I mean, I think also the trick, like, when you're learning how to do YouTube, it's like this huge iceberg. Maybe I'll make one of those iceberg memes. You know the ones I mean? Where it's like every level you kind of get deeper and deeper on it. And it's like, some of the stuff I've learned doing this channel is just... It's so interesting. And just not the sort of thing I thought that I would learn by going and recording gameplay videos, right? Like, I've learned a huge amount about, like, so obviously there's like the video editing side of things, right? And there's obviously the video recording side of things. But then you've got things like audio compression, video compression, bit rates, codecs, right? And then you've got things like subtitles. How do you sort out subtitles in your videos? Now, I don't really do subtitles on these videos for this channel because I'm uploading like an hour-long video every day. It wouldn't really be feasible. But like on the videos on the other channel, I started experimenting with subtitles on those channels, and that's like its own whole thing about how to embed closed captions. You've then got things like the store, right? That is that Design Feel store on Etsy, right, where we sell t-shirts. Not this t-shirt. This is not one of my t-shirts, but you know, cotton suppliers trying to find ethically sourced cotton that you can make a t-shirt with that isn't, you know, part of an exploitation chain, right? Very hard. How you then go about sorting out a printer for that, and how you integrate that into the Etsy APIs so that the process is as seamless as possible, you know. There's just a huge amount that I've learned doing this hobby, and I think it's really critical, not just with this hobby, but with any hobby that you do, with anything that you're learning, is to just try and stay humble about it. That's a pretty good place for the foundation. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish it was rotated the other way, but that's not a bad place to put the foundation, to be honest. But yeah, with anything that you're learning, you have to stay humble about it. You know? Like, as soon as you start acting, and this is coming from someone who's got, like, you know, a PhD in physics and whatever, right? As soon as you start acting like you know everything, that's it. You're never going to learn anything new after that point. So, yeah, you gotta stay humble. You gotta stay appreciative. You know, you have to kind of appreciate that no matter how much you learn about a topic, there's always more. There's always like another level deeper you can go with it, you know. Okie dokie. I think it is going to be foundation. I think I'm happy to have foundation here. It's maybe not like super convenient to always have a dead end on this point here, but if we find a key card, having a way in right there for a room 46 push could be exactly what we need. Because Secret Garden, I think, might also be the trick for this one, and Secret Garden opens up this antechamber. So let's go take the foundation here. Let's go take that. Do I have plans to put YouTube chat on screen as well? I do not have plans to put YouTube on chat. Do you know what, as well? I've just realised why the YouTube chat. When I went... shoot. Let's see if that changes that. When I went offline earlier and then came back online a few minutes later, my YouTube stream changed from public to unlisted, which is why no one is currently chatting in the YouTube chat, which is a little bit of a shame. But hopefully YouTube will forgive me in only being able to see this later. Unfortunately, we're stuck here. This has become a dead end for us because we don't have a key card. So that's a bit of a shame, but we have foundation here now, so we're going to need to go and backtrack. Unfortunately, you can't put YouTube chat on screen because that is a violation. As far as I can tell, as far as my reading takes me, that would be a violation of the Twitch terms of service, YouTube are fine for the Twitch chat to be visible on YouTube. Twitch do not want the YouTube chat visible on Twitch. And I kind of understand it. Like, I mean, it's you could argue it's like moderately inconvenient, but I do kind of understand it because obviously Twitch don't want to be responsible for what someone on YouTube puts in the chat being shown on Twitch, right? So it's okay. We're going to redraw that because that is 3 terrible rooms. Terrible rooms. One that everyone should have just because we're on it. You deserve thanks too. You're always here keeping the chat clean, so thank you. Yeah, mod love for Spiper. Spiper has been a mod on the channel for a long old while now, and I think they're responsible for banning more people than anyone else, which is excellent. Oh yes, yeah, FYI, you actually aren't allowed to put both chats together on Twitch. Quite right. Yeah, and I don't believe they have changed their stance on that. They only very recently softened their stance on multicasting at all, which is how we're able to stream to YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, there are people that watch the live streams on YouTube, of course. Morris Jam, for example, is a stalwart veteran of the YouTube chat. But you know, for obvious reasons, in general, people tend not to come to YouTube for live broadcasts. That tends to be more of a Twitch thing, just in general. I think we're going to hit Courtyard here rather than Chapel, mostly because I don't want the penalty. We still get 2 exits. It's just one's going to be like on the edge. But Courtyard, shovel, perfect. This could be useful. This could be good. That's not as good. Yeah, multicasting is fairly recent. I was considering looking into multicasting on TikTok as well. Although, to be honest, I think my relationship with TikTok kind of needs a little bit of... if we break a room, we need a lot of food to get back to the foundation and security to open these doors up. But break a room at least means that the security doors aren't a problem anymore. Like... Yeah, so with TikTok, you know, I've uploaded a few TikTok videos, but to be honest, my TikTok videos haven't done as well as, like, my YouTube Shorts have, for example. So, I don't know if that's just more of an indication of my kind of content. I think we're going to take Commissary, because this will cost us a gem anyway, because it also counts as a green room. Yeah, I don't know if my kind of content just happens to play better to a YouTube-style audience rather than a TikTok-style audience. An upgrade disc? I've never seen an upgrade disc in the Commissary. I don't think I've ever seen an upgrade disc in the Commissary. That must be super rare. Or maybe it's only available if you already have, like, all of the items it would have otherwise had. Shoot. No chance we're going to get 15 gems. Like, I'm kind of tempted to literally take Planetarium just to give us 2 stars, to be honest. But now we'll take East Wing Hall. There's a chance we could get food still. Oh man, that's pretty rough. Oh no, oh, Passageway will cost us 2 gems, but... Come on, food, food. Boiler room would be great, but we're not going to be able to get powered laundrette out of it, because laundrette costs us 1 gem. We don't have a gem. Boiler room does sometimes have dig spots in it, though. So let's take boiler room. Hope we find some dig spots down here. We do not... We do not. Okay. That's kind of awkward then, isn't it? 3 steps. There's no chance of being able to go back and find gems here, so we just kind of have to push forward. Oh, sorry, I missed your question, Nico. Is Lorelei still on the list? Yes. Lorelei is planned. I currently have Lorelei, with the usual caveat that it really depends on what mood I'm in. Oh, well, that one's locked anyway. My plan is that after we have beaten Infra, we will do the Stanley Parable, because we were talking about that the other week. And apparently that's not a terribly long game, the Stanley Parable. So we have to take Dark Room, and then it's going to trip us off. Well, we're out of steps now. Yeah, we're out of steps, so... Oh, well. Right. Let's call that a day right there. There's nothing else to be done here. Call it a day. Call it a day. But we've got foundation down, so that's really great. Yeah, we'll do Stanley Parable after... We'll do Stanley Parable... it's an ordinary villa this time. Stanley Parable after Infra, and my plan is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes after Stanley Parable. That's what I'm currently thinking, but it kind of depends on what the other games in the schedule are doing. Like, I've been really enjoying Nancy Drew, so I think that's kind of Thursdays sorted for a while. Blueprince Act 4 kind of feels like that's going to be a while as well. Let's take Pantry, because Pantry to get us some food is really handy here. Oh, nice. Early experiment setup would be good. So let's take that now. And quest bedroom. I like it. I like it. Okay. That's good. So, do we take the steps from quest bedroom and go out? Or do we see what experiment we can draft first? If we get an experiment which says something like every time you dig up trash, that would strongly prompt us to take something like root cellar. It's going to waste more steps though. Now, do you know what? Let's get the experiment first, because maybe the experiment is something where we go, well, we don't need the outside room for that anyway. So, keycard system settings, offline mode unlocked. Ultra Deluxe Stanley. That can take like 10 hours or something too. Not crazy long, but still. That's not so bad then. If it's like 10 hours, that'll be what, like 5 weeks? Maybe it's like 6 weeks of streaming. Infra has been kind of notably long as far as games we play go. Usually, because I'm such a butterfly when it comes to that sort of thing, right? Like such a waif, a wanderer. I do find it really hard, unless it's some kind of seminal piece of work like this, I do find it really hard to concentrate on a single game more, further than about 15 episodes, because I start thinking about like other games I want to play, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that's a very common point of view to have, judging by the number of unfinished games on people's Steam wish lists. It's very hard not to set your steps to 40, so we're going to do that. The next 3 times you open up a trunk, or each time you find some trash while digging, That is a really hard decision. That's a really hard decision. Root cellar, notably, never has a shovel in it. What's the odds we're going to find a shovel, right? Versus what's the odds we're going to find a locked trunk? Well, hallway has a locked trunk in it. Oh no, the pool doesn't have trunks in it, does it? I think locked trunk though, because we can be strategic about when we backtrack to open trunks, and it's far more likely we'll find a trunk whilst we have a key than find a shovel, you know? So we'll start that experiment. Okay. Yeah, so Infra's longer than games we usually play, for sure. But, you know, not always, certainly, because, okay, well, both of these are going to be dead ends. Both of them offer, like, 1 gem, so let's take the den, because we get, like, net 1 gem. Do we want the pantry for the steps? No. Let's assume we're going to backtrack that way later, and we will just go this way. Hey, we have Marcus UK in the YouTube chat. Welcome. You're looking out for the live stream. What time did I start? Yeah, I'm so sorry. We had technical issues right at the start of the stream, and then I had to restart the stream. But when I restarted the stream, it went and set my stream automatically to unlisted. So I've then gone and made it public again, but I didn't spot that it had become unlisted straight away, so I'm sorry about that. We'll take East Wing Hall. Curse mode is a hugely different game, absolutely. We could have gone with immediately for immediate benefit, that is true. Right, let's take Observatory, because Observatory is pretty great. Because Observatory also has a chance of putting a couple of chests in the start. Oh, the slice is nice, and apples are extra delicious. That's gonna help. That's gonna help. If we can find, I was literally gonna say, if we can find boiler room this time, we are gemmed up. We are gemmed up. We're not diced up though, but we are gonna give it. We're gonna give it a proper go here. Oh no, we need to return this over this way. Kickstart the boiler. Go. Tons of options on steps this time. Yeah. Right, come on. Laundrette. Okay. We'll take dark room for the ducts. It's not a great one, but we can take it. We'll take it for the ducts. Dark room transmits power, but it like costs us a gem. It costs us this. Costs us that. Let's move the power over to this side. Like, if we can get the laundrette here, doesn't matter what happens the rest of this run. It's a successful run. Nothing powered at all. Nothing powered at all. Okay. Well, we're right on the edge here, so let's take bedroom, because it has an exit that we can use. But now we need to move the power back this way. Okay. Cat jam, boiler room, music. When is infra? So, infra is in this time slot. It's just that we're sort of alternating weeks at the moment. So 1 week we'll play infra and 1 week we'll play blueprints. It's just that infra, I find, is a lot more of a mentally taxing game than blueprints. Blueprints is a little chill. So if it's been a heavy week, I will try and I will tend to gravitate towards blueprints just because it's a bit of an easier game. I mean, this has got power. It doesn't require a gem, which says to me furnace. I'm just trying to think. Are there any other? I mean, there are other rooms with ducting. Nah, it's furnace. Oh, no. Fine. Well, it's got power still. We've still got power, and now we have 2 attempts to get out of here. Yes, Margus, I have made the chat less bright. I remembered this time. Go on then, archives. Right, we are going for broke here. We're going for broke. We want that laundrette. Passageway. Oh, we're gonna run out of gems. That's almost certainly got to be. That's got to be furnace by now, right? Surely. Do we do passageway? And if we do passageway, do we then draft from the archives or from the passageway? Which one would make more sense? Maybe it doesn't actually matter. Okay, we're doing passageway. Laundrette requires 1... Like, we got power on 3 of these. We can't open that door, unfortunately. Come on. Let's manifest me a laundrette. That is a laundrette. That's a laundrette right there. You ready? Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is. No, it... Oh. This service costs 5. It's fine. It's fine. That's what we would have picked. And we would have been able to swap our allowance with stars. Shoot. Well, there we go. Unfortunately, we are a little bit short on money. And we do not even have the money to launder any more money. We don't have any... Oh, man. That sucks. That sucks. There's not even an easy way to make that much money either. Fine. So we need to remember for next time. If we find planetarium, that'd be great. But, alright, no. Well, that's going to cost us gems, keys, and everything else. Get on in. There we go. We're going to call it a day right there. We will know for next time, though. We will know for next time. This was Mount Holly Red Cottage. The chapel just also cost money. Okay. Continue. Continue. Let's go. Let's go. Day 45. How quickly do you reckon we're going to actually just catch up with our main playthrough? Will we be able to get to room 46 before we hit day 75? It's an interesting one, for sure. Probably Parlour is the best pick out of those to get a gem. We'd like to be able to get out to the corner, of course. But on the other hand, in the absence of a corner, observatory is always a pretty nice one to see. Corridor's a good pick, given that we don't have any keys, though. And it gets us out to the corner, so we'll take that. Observatory, there's time for observatory to appear in other situations. It might be a little bit early for kitchen. But then again, on the other hand, we haven't picked up our money yet, so... Nah, let's take Den, because Den gets us further north. Den gets us further north. We'll grab you. And let's go to the corner here. Quest bedroom is nice. No item for us this time. Okay. Do we want to go outside, or do we just want to draft it? Nah, come on. Let's go outside. Let's go outside, because even though we're on 20... Okay, so we were on... What was it? 18? Oh, I forgot to pick up the microchip again. Okay. Hovel root cellar shelter. Yeah, probably shelter. Get an experiment up and running straight away. Grab you. Okay, open up the laboratory. News, Sahara dust travelling north over the south of the UK tonight. Ah. Yes, very occasionally we get those kind of Saharan dust storms, don't we? And, yeah, it turns everything, like, proper orange sometimes. Okay, what are our options? Ah, okay. Set your steps to 40. It's the only choice, really. And whenever you draft a shop room, I think that's probably going to be the one, right? Because archive floor plan, well, that requires us to get the archive. So let's go with shop rooms, and we just have to make sure that we keep enough gems to be able to do that. But that'll be great. If we can pull a shop or two, we get then 40 steps. That means if we can get boiler room, laundrette this time, we'll have enough steps to try and scour around and try and find some scrabble around for some money. Yeah, yellow borders is shop room scheme of suck, quite right. The gems are in another box. The truth is on another box. The words another box are on another box. Well, so this one is self-evidently true, meaning that one of these must be false. K Archie's in the chat. K Archie, good evening to you, sir. The truth is on another box. Well, if this were true, this could still be true if there are two true boxes. But if that's... But this can't be false, right? Because if this is false, then the truth isn't on another box. Which means the truth is on this box, but it can't because it's false. So this box must be true. That box is self-evidently true. That means this must be false. So the gems must be in here. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. These, I mean, Marcus, to be fair, these pure logic puzzles, I think, are probably my favourite ones. I think these pure logic puzzles, the mathsy dartboard puzzles, and you know what? I think I'm actually kind of coming around to the idea that, like, the Talos Principle style puzzles, where it's like laser beams and pressure pads and so on, I seem to get on quite all right with those as well. Let's take the pantry, and then yes, we only have one exit coming from the den there, but we can make that work. Passageway. Well, passageway gives us more options, but we don't have any keys. It takes 2 of our gems, but we've got 6 gems. We'll find pantry again. We'll find pantry again for sure. Courtyard, furnace, bedroom. Courtyard is generally the friendlier pick. It's got a sledgehammer rather than a shovel, though. Okay. Here, spare room, closet, hallway. Let's take closet for the items, because we could really do with a key. Yeah, key and a gem. Happy to find those. Do we want the gem out of there, or do we want the sledgehammer out of here? I think we want the sledgehammer out of here. Okay. I really need to draft a shop now. Oof. Okay, still no shop yet. Storeroom. But would we go in and out of that storeroom? Before we go into that storeroom, let's draft this room and see if we want to go into that storeroom. Okay, well, West Wing Hall costs us our key, but it gives us another exit. And it's probably also going to give us... yeah, pantry, though, gives us steps and a few more coins to spend. So, Nice to get a bit of curse mode while trying Slay the Spire 2. Oh yes, if anyone hadn't heard, Slay the Spire 2 is now open in early access. I shan't be participating in the early access of Slay the Spire 2. Slay the Spire, I probably have more hours in Slay the Spire than any other video game. Love Slay the Spire. Really looking forward to Slay the Spire 2. But, broadly, as a matter of principle, I don't buy any games in early access. I always wait for the for version 1.0 to be released. But if you love early access, Slay the Spire 2, it's in early access. And to be fair, with a game like Slay the Spire, the only way you can really balance it properly is with large-scale player testing. Let's take West Wing Hall. It's the risky option, for sure. If I take West Wing Hall, then I go 6, 5, 4. Draft this. On the other hand, if I take Pantry, and it's an apple, I go... 7, 6, 7, 8 with the eating, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So putting a dead end here is not really, even with the food, it's not that much better than putting West Wing Hall out instead. So we'll do that, but we have to come in here now and pick up this key because the door at the end of West Wing Hall may well be locked. Greetings from Arkansas's big election day on Tuesday. Everett Topanga in the chat. Arkansas had a big election day on Tuesday, did they? Exciting times. Okay, give me a shop. Boudoir gives me a gem. Spare room gets me further north. I mean, boudoir is oh, no, I forgot, obviously. Taking a bedroom costs you a step. That's one more room we now can't draft. Okay, here we go. Shop. Shop. It's... okay. This is okay because we can redraw from this room. Okay? We can redraw from this room, and it should proc before we move. Shop. Shop. Okay. We'll take Pantry, but we can't walk into Pantry because we will run out of steps before we eat that apple. This one, shop room. Give me a shop. Redraw. Shop. Oh, man. What can you do? What can you do? Sometimes the game does not want you to win, right? If we walk in here, we do not have time to interact with the apple. Oh. Didn't find a shop. Didn't find a shop. I felt like we did okay. I felt like we made reasonable decisions in that draft. We just never found a shop. Shoot. It's our big regular election. After we vote, the poll workers give us a sticker to wear that says, I voted. Does the UK do that? No. Actually, no, we don't. But, by all accounts, and I will be careful to say this in the most respectful way I can, the UK voting tends to be less of an event because it's something you just go and do quickly when you're between other things. My understanding of the US system is that voting is a lot more of a procedure, because I always see stuff about like queues to vote. People have to queue outside polling stations to vote. And I get the impression that's the same in Australia as well. Like I saw an episode of Bluey at one point where it was like election day and they're all having a barbecue outside the polling station. The implication being that they're all going to be there for hours. Whereas in the UK, polling stations broadly are empty because you literally wander in, tell them who you are, and they give you a ballot paper and you go and mark your X and then drop it in the box, and the whole thing takes about 5 minutes. So it's a little bit more involved now because they've recently passed legislation to say that you have to have ID to go and vote, which you never used to have to do in the UK. Which again, I'm not a big fan of in general, because like the whole point of like I already kind of verify my identity with the electoral register, right? With the people that kind of keep the list of people who are eligible to vote. So yes, theoretically you could go and like say you're someone else, but then like there's pretty marginal benefit to doing voter fraud, and it's very illegal. So like what's the upside for you? But hey ho. So so voting just tends to not be that much of an event in the UK, to be honest. But maybe that's a testament to how well run it is. It always runs very smoothly. Hey, it's day 46. It always runs very smoothly. Like there's never, I don't think I've ever seen a queue at a polling station. You just sort of wander in and do the stuff. In Alaska, you have this thing instead of state income tax that also registers you as voters, the PFD. Interesting. Probably storeroom. Well, yeah, we'll take storeroom. I don't see a benefit in putting coat check right there. Commissary. Get you, commissary. Yeah, fine. We only have 5 allowance, and that is really hurting us still. Hey, nice. Quest bedroom. Let's grab that. We get a compass, which is okay. So let's grab this. Let's grab these. Oh, maybe we shouldn't have grabbed these before going outside, because if we grab root cellar, it's going to cost one of these gems. And if we grab... No, there aren't any corridors outside, so that's fine. If we grab trading post, it's got... Oh, again, we forgot the microchip. Well, I got the microchip. Okay, trading post or tool shed? I think actually tool shed over trading post, simply because I forgot the other microchip. If I had both microchips, I'd roll the dice on trading post. But tool shed, I think, is sort of generally better. Okay. We have got a sledgehammer, and we've got a metal detector. So let's go. Oh, yes. No, you're quite right, actually, Marcus. In Australia, voting is compulsory. So that's true. We also do have the advantage over Australia in that only half of us ever go and vote anyway. Whereas in Australia, you kind of have to vote. Oh, magnifying glass to try and get us burning glass? It's a little bit out there. Wait a minute, what's the other component for the burning glass? Hang on, let me quickly look that up. Hang on, pull up the notebook here. It's loading, it's loading. What's the other component to the burning glass? Oh, ignore that. That's spoilers for an upcoming episode. Here we go. Burning glass is... metal detector and magnifying glass. We have those. We have those. Okay. Here we go. Right, so yes, magnifying glass. Now we need workshop. We need workshop. Eyes on the prize, chat. Eyes on the prize. Everett says the wait time varies a lot across the US. On Tuesday, you had a 30-minute wait. That was unusually long for your city. Part of the difference is we have much more consolidated elections than the UK does. So we physically do more at the polling place. Oh, right. This time you cast 17 votes? You're running 17 different elections on the same day. What are you voting for? Wow. Okay. Fair. UK has apathy, and then those who don't vote complain. Well... I'm 50-50 on that philosophy, let's say. Let's take spare room here. I understand the reasons for not voting, particularly in the UK. If you're the kind of person who's, for example, disenfranchised with, like, the Labour Party, for example, after they kicked out, what's his name? Corbyn. Boiler room. We might... Oh no, we still don't... We don't have 5... We don't have 5 coins. Ah, right. We don't have 5 coins. So actually, really, we want workshop more than we want laundrette right now. But on the other hand, if we can find laundrette, fine, so much the better. Let's... I think we probably do it anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, like, the whole Corbyn business with the Labour Party back in... When did he get ousted? 2019, I think it was messy stuff. Because you basically had some, allegedly... You had some parts of a political party deliberately trying to throw their own chances at getting elected. Allegedly. And it's like, oh man, you guys have really messed that up. Security gives us 2 exits and it passes the power through. It gives us a chance to do an experiment, but it uses our last gem, which we kind of need for the laundrette. Oh man. Yes, let's do security. Oh man, this run is going to make me so sad, isn't it? I can tell it's going to make me so sad. Yes, we're going to do security. Give me an experiment to run. Keycard system. Keycard system settings. Change offline mode. Unlocked. Confirm. Back to security menu. Update. Slay the Spire 2 is good. Shocking, you know. Really? Oh dear. Good. It's a good good month for Metroid. No, not Metroidvanias. For roguelikes, right? Slay the Spire 2 and Mugenics coming out in the same month. And let's be honest, right? Hades 2 is still only 6 months old. Like, what? Like, how good? How good is this run? How good is that run? Remote terminal access, view active terminals, laboratory. In some areas of the UK, unitary councils, they vote for several people or something like that, plus parish councils. Yeah, we've got an interesting interplay with my local parish council versus my local borough council, because like people keep complaining to the parish council about things that are the borough council's responsibility. It's like, why haven't you cut the grass in this park? And it's like, and it's kind of really funny because like they get like really funny about like exactly their boundaries and stuff. So like the grass inside the park is the responsibility of the parish council, but the grass on the general park area outside the fencing of the park is the borough council's responsibility. So like you get these people come down, they mow part of the grass and then wander off because like their contract is very specific about whose grass they're cutting. It's a funny one, isn't it? It's a funny one. Lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. I don't think that's a recipe for success. Spread dirt on the driveway or set your dice to 2. Gimme dice 2. Whenever you draft a hallway from another hallway, whenever you draft an archive floor plan, or for each bedroom you draft after your second. Probably each bedroom after your second, to be honest. So let's combine those. Start experiment. It's not the best experiment. We've only done one bedroom so far, I think. Yeah, we've only got one bedroom so far. But we'll work on it. Right. Well, there's power going to all 3 of these rooms, so it kind of doesn't matter which one we pick. Furnace Chapel Hallway. Man, we really need some food. We need some food or gems or... Let's take hallway. Costs us our key. A parlour would be really nice to get the gems to find laundrette. Drawing room costs us gems. Closet. Closet often will have a gem in it. 2 keys. It's like the game knows, isn't it? It's like the game knows. Pantry. Pantry gives us money, and it gives us steps. We still need a gem, though. 2 steps is an insult, though, frankly. We still need... Okay, so we've got the money for the laundrette. We still are going to need a gem for the laundrette, though. Den will do it. This is going to put us to 5, 4, 3, 2... We can try and draft it from security. It's a bit all or nothing. 4, 3, 2. Come on, laundrette. Oh, dark room. Okay. Corridor takes our key, but it's the only option, really. But the thing is, we don't have the steps now to do it. We don't have the steps to do it. We can end the day knowing whether it would have been possible had we had one more step. Nah, it wouldn't have been possible anyway. Don't worry about it then, guys. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay. What was my experiment? My experiment was every bedroom you draft after your second gain 2 dice. Or no, set your dice to 2. So we didn't get to 2 bedrooms anyway. What are we on now? 47. 47 is going to be our yeah. I grew up in part of Alaska that wasn't organised into our version of a county. Oh, was it like an unincorporated place? I remember hearing about those. They're like places where you don't pay state taxes? You still have to pay federal taxes, but you don't have to pay any state taxes? Alaska doesn't have sheriffs. I'm a bit sketchy on what the difference between a sheriff and a police officer is, to be honest. Corridor. You don't have state taxes because your state taxes oil companies. To be honest, I wish we taxed oil companies. Let's take quest bedroom. Quest bedroom over security. Because we will go outside with quest bedroom and have a look around. And here, commissary, chapel, pantry. Pantry for the money, probably. Yeah, pantry for the money. Right, we'll take you, and let's go. If I was feeling really baller, every day we should be dropping a coin in the fountain for that one day that we find pool boiler room, and then we'll just have all of the money that we need as soon as we drain the fountain. Yep. It's on me. I keep forgetting to bring the other microchip with me. Yeah, go on. No point not trading it. And compass versus coupon book. I think I would make that trade. Coupon book for coin purse. I kind of have a feeling I would make that trade as well. Hang on. Coin purse gives you 1 coin for every 3 coins you pick up. Coupon book just makes everything cost 1 less. So in kitchen, when you're buying bananas, coupon book really handy. If you are trying to fund your laundrette, though, maybe you prefer coin purse. Nah, let's keep coupon book, because maybe we go and find whatever. Man, I tell you what though, we had the metal detector, and we had the magnifying glass. All we had to find was the workshop. Did not find the workshop. Did not find the laundrette. Everything is salt. Everything is sadness. Do we try and get out to the wing for conservatory, or do we take the money and the food? I think we take the money and the food. Apple. Chapel, spare room, parlour. Okay. Well, spare room gets us out to the wing. Parlour, we get 3 gems, and then we have to backtrack. So let's do spare room. Okay, security for an experiment. And then we are also back into the corner as well, so maybe we get a conservatory. Key card, back to offline mode. Confirm. Okay, let's go for remote terminal access, view terminals, laboratory, yes. PWJB says, you think purse. You can't spend what you don't have, no matter how much is the discount. Oh, that's actually that's a very good point, to be fair. Yeah, in the UK, the government doesn't tax oil companies, they give them subsidies. It's true. It's true. We pay something like £15 billion a year in subsidies to oil companies. It's mad. It's mad. Entrance hall. Losing 10 steps is a terrible idea. Gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Whenever you draft a hallway from another hallway, gain a key for every 2 hallways. You lose a key by drafting a hallway, so maybe that works. I don't know. Like, all of those experiment options kind of sound a bit terrible. Kanoko Phillips owns a tall building in Alaska. This is only if you're in hallway, draft in a hallway. Yes, indeed. Okay, right, let's see if we can get conservatory here. No, but we do get planetarium as an option. Or we take a key out of Nook. Maybe we put planetarium there, because if we dead-end ourselves, we can at least maybe get 2 stars out of it. Because I don't think I would use 2 steps to get 1 key. And that turns out to be a good choice, because East Wing Hall would have eaten that key immediately. So, drafting a hallway from another hallway, that will get us a key. So why not? Let's get a key. And then drafting a hallway from this hallway, alas, not available. Greenhouse will often have, I think, breaker box, though, will stop us needing to worry about security doors. Library we discover less common floor plans from. Nah, let's do utility cupboard. Wait, no, off on that. Dark room doesn't do anything unless you've already triggered it, which is really unfortunate, to be honest. Is there anything to be learned by watching the TV screens where the terminal is? It's a very good question. There is, but not for this mode. But in the main game, it's a very good idea to look at those screens quite carefully. Yeah, okay, right. Boiler room. Let's do it. This is the one. This is the one. We only get 1 room to try and find it this time, but I'm feeling good about our 1 attempt that we have here. Let's give it a go. The only time you ever got close to motion sick from a game was that library spiral staircase. It is quite a special staircase, isn't it? Ah, alas. Okay. Archives is going to cost us our gem. Archives is going to cost us our gem. So what can we do with that, you know? It's going to cost us a coin, a key, a gem. But then again, parlor means we don't get to transfer any of the power. I think we've just got to go for it. I think we're going to keep trying to go for it. Okay, I'm not taking an archive floor plan that has power with no explanation of what's in there and no gem cost associated with it. What I really want to do is find parlor here. we can take terrace. Will terrace have a gem in it? Let's have a little look. No, but it has a banana. That's quite nice. Okay. Staves off the starvation for a minute. Okay. Now we're going to need one which transfers power from here. There's nothing else we can draft, unfortunately, unless we want to backtrack all the way over here. But we don't have the steps to do that anyway. So, if we want to have a chance at drafting Laundrette still, we sort of need to go for, like, weight room, which might be this one, or this might be furnace. It's kind of a bit 50-50. Ah, it was furnace. Okay, fine. Well, that's going to be that day. Then, man, this boiler room this week is sending us, isn't it? We're having real troubles. We're having real boiler room troubles. So that was Mount Holly Cozy Cottage. Do we have time for one more run? Do we have time for one more run? It's so marginal, isn't it? Okay, let's try and do one more run. With the caveat, though, that if the run starts going really well, we're not going to be able to do it. But maybe we can get, like, an upgrade disc or something. Hallway would be good. Quest bedroom, nice. Grab that. And yeah, commissary is pretty reasonable there. So give me those. Let's remember to take the microchip with us this time. And then we're going to go out and see. Like, if we get trading post, upgrade disc, computer, worth it. To try and do a quick run at the end of the stream. Yeah, curse mode can be over quick. Can be over very fast. Schoolhouse is kind of nice in that it gives you a load of rooms with apples in them, but they all cost gems. But yeah, maybe Schoolhouse. Do we have any items? I don't think so. It doesn't look like there's anything in there that we can pick up. So we will save the steps. We will save the steps. Okay. Commissary first. What do we have? Magnifying glass is the only thing we can afford, so we'll take it, because maybe we'll find a metal detector. Pantry gets us a little bit more money again. And then we have Den is a nice find. Do you know what we've not really seen very much of in this stream? Nursery, you know? Because we've been relying on nursery. Oh, parlour to get even more gems. Kind of nice. Or billiard room to potentially get something like a key card. Like, parlour's very common. So let's take billiard room, because maybe we get silver key, maybe we get key card. So, 17. 20 minus 18 is 2. Multiplied by 6 is 12. 13 minus 3 is 10. Multiplied by 5 is 50. Divided by 10 is 5. Then we've got 10 minus 2 is 8 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 1 is 80, divided by 8 is 10. Okay, silver key. Oh, hey! We've got Zephyronicus in the chat. Missed the stream due to jury duty, but will watch the YouTube. Well, I hope it was not a terrible afternoon of jury dutying for you. Yeah, okay. Nursery, backtrack to hallway, like, that's okay. That's okay, like, nursery's kind of a nice one to have. Because it means the bedrooms start working for us a little better. So, feeling a little bit more confident. The problem is we still don't have any affordability in there. We need a metal detector. We're a metal detector and a workshop short of finding a burning glass. Ugh. Those are all pretty awful. Parlour, and then we'll do hallway out to the corner. Maybe we should have drafted the corner room first, but the corner room's always a corner room, so you don't really learn anything from that. The true boxes are both empty. Okay, so that could be true. The false boxes are both true. Well, that can't be true, so that must be false. The gems are in the blue box. Okay. The true boxes are both empty. If that were true, it implies that there are two true boxes. That can't be true then at the same time. Yeah? Because this one must be false. So, actually then, this one must be false. And if this one must be false, this one must be true. So I think it's in the blue box. I've kind of done that a little bit quick, but it remains so far so good. Car keys, almost missed those. Please explain the boxes. Okay, yes. So, the rules of the boxes are that at least one box must be true, at least one box must be false. So, starting with this middle box, the false boxes are both true, cannot possibly be true, because false boxes can't be true, like, axiomatically. So, this box must be false. Fine. That means either one of these two boxes is false and one is true, or they both must be true. They can't both be false. So the true boxes are both empty implies that there are two true boxes. Given that this one must be false, if this one were true, this one must be true. If this one is true, then the true boxes are both empty, meaning that the gems must be in the white box. But if this one is true, this one must be true, and this one says the gems are in the blue box. So it can't be in both of those boxes. So this one must be false. So this one must be false, and this one must be false, meaning that this one's the only true box, which means it's in the blue box. Okay. Corner room. Bedroom gives us 5 steps, so we'll take bedroom there. Well, actually, it gives us +2 +5, doesn't it? Key there. Okay. Has to be West Wing Hall, otherwise draft is over. Classroom, spare room, nook. Nook gives us a key. And it doesn't cost us a gem to draft it. But yeah, we're still sort of living this one on a prayer. Library, give us a slightly less common room when drafting. Happy. Give us something uncommon. Workshop. We have the magnifying glass. We just need to find the metal detector. And the metal detector could be in the workshop. Okay, it's not. It's a compass. Fine. That doesn't make anything. But, it means there's a possibility later on in the run to come back here and make a burning glass. We need a metal detector. Passageway might be a pretty good pick here. It uses a lot of gems and our key, but it's sort of okay. You'll miss the end of the stream, take it easy. Oh, and it's Arcane. Made up name from Morrowind years ago that you stuck with. Arcane. Okay, okay. I will remember. I will remember. Let's take a terrace so we don't have to spend gems on green rooms, although we obviously do kind of still have to. Oh, no food this time, though. But we do get a shovel. So, potential food in the future. Kine rhymes with line. Okay, okay. Good to know. Okay. So it's Arcane. 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 Got it. Thank you. Am I telling you that the price is blue? Is that like a Price is Right reference? Oh wait, we do have special keys. Silver key. That might give us like archive and stuff. Oh no, this one's locked too. Hang on. Where would we want it? We don't have a key card, so we can't get into the foundation anyway. Okay. Let's use the silver key here, because the room opposite... Ooh! Cloister of Mila's a pretty good find there. Yeah. Find an extra item in each bedroom you draft from this cloister. Bear in mind we already have the nursery, so the bedrooms give us extra steps. Oh no! Oh no! Right, which one of you is going to explain to my wife why I'm late for bed? It's going to be one of you guys. Okay. Did not get any food out of that. Just did not get any food. Got some coins. Okay. Here we go. You think Mary should explain. Classroom coat check chapel. At this point, I'm kind of tempted to just coat check magnifying glass, to be honest. But we'll draft coat check. Here, unfortunately, we can't put a bedroom. Bunk room. Okay, yes, let's take bunk room. The maids have purposefully left this room untidy. We get 2 silver keys for our trouble. Lovely. Right. A few extra steps. Good. Good, good, good. There's nothing else in here, is it? It's just going to be the silver keys that we got left. Because it's next to the maid things. Okay. So, 2 sets of silver keys. So we can draft from passageway here. Foundation, looking up this way. Okay, it's got 1 regular door. For sure. Okay, come on. Metal detector. Metal detector. Oh, man. Okay, conference room. I guess. Okay, it's a regular door. It's not a security door. Yeah, come on. This way, then. There's nothing in here to grab. Courtyard would be good. Oh, I'm going to use up all my keys. Security. If we can do an immediately set your steps to 40, we'd probably take it. No, no, that was... Ah, no, I pressed the wrong thing. Pressed the wrong thing. Log into network. Yeah, I think if we get immediately set your steps to 40, we'd take that. Adding Aquaria to the draft pool, that counts as bedrooms. It also counts as red rooms and all the other rooms though, so maybe not. Maybe just gain a star. Locked trunk, unlock or bypass a security door for each bedroom you draft after your second. We'll take that one. Okay, so, you know, it's, we get marginal benefit from it. Locked. Okay. Okay, it's open. Storeroom gives us a key to be able to open this one up. Boudoir only gives us a gem. So... yeah, probably storeroom, right? It's going to be better than observatory. In this instance. But we're pretty thin here. We're pretty thin on options. Wine cellar, weight room, classroom. Oh, I don't think any of these are going to have a metal detector in, and in any case, we're going to really struggle to get back to the workshop now by this point. Classroom, it's got an apple in it for us to eat. Do I have any comments on Nancy Drew the final scene? So, I've only recorded a couple of episodes so far of Nancy Drew final scene. It seems so far quite a bit harder than the other games. Ah, well that's locked. Okay. Yeah, final scene seems a little bit harder than the previous games. I'm definitely a little bit more... I'm definitely a little bit more stuck more quickly. So, yeah. That might be... oh, hang on. Let's see if we get any food out of here. I didn't think to check that. But to be fair, that might be me just needing to just like zero in on the designer, you know, on the game runner for that particular game and how they want to sort of run their clues and stuff. But yeah, it's, you know, it's good. It's as consistently good as all the other ones that we've played. We have not found a key for this door, so that's a bit stuck. And that's it. There's nothing else available. So the only question is whether we want to code check anything. Do we want to code check anything? Would we want to code check the magnifying glass? Because code check, we haven't changed the rarity of code check yet. I would code check the magnifying glass if we'd had it in the conservatory and turned it to common by now, but we haven't done that. So I think we probably don't want to code check the magnifying glass because getting it in the commissary is probably just as likely, or finding it lying around because it stops it spawning anywhere else. So I think we just leave it. It's some people's favourite out of the 34. Oh, really? Well, I mean, I'm still very early into it. I'm still very early into it. I picked up a key at the cloister. Did I? Car keys. I picked up a key at the cloister. But then, where did that key go? Because I certainly don't have it. Oh, I mean, I must have used it in opening up all of these rooms around here. It's okay. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So our takeaway from this week is we got Foundation, right? We haven't got round the back of Foundation to actually activate it yet, but we've laid the foundation, and some people might say that really kind of sets, you know, it's a really foundational event. It sets the foundation from which we can build further in this run. Okay, call it a day, call it a day. Okay. Thank you all very much for watching this stream. I'm actually starting to lose my voice a little bit. Oh, blimey. I've been yammering all day, though. So, thank you all very much for watching this episode of Blueprince Curse Mode. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, thank you so much for watching this episode. Let me know in the comments how you're finding the updated video quality. You know, hopefully it's looking a little bit better. I don't know, maybe not. We can still tweak the settings more. If you enjoyed this episode and you enjoy this series, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Consider supporting the channel on the Patreon if you'd like access to the Blueprince main playthrough a week early. I will see you very soon. Goodbye, YouTube.